Okay, so, um, we're going to watch a movie, a full movie. I don't think it's public domain, but it is already on YouTube. So, um, go ahead and give a trigger warning. It's a very sad movie. It's a very upsetting movie. Because it's a very sad and upsetting story. The movie we're going to watch is called Adam. It's from 1983, and it is about the disappearance and murder of Adam Walsh and the work that his father John Walsh did in the aftermath. They created the code Adam. I don't know if a lot of you know what that is. If you've ever worked at a supermarket, you probably know what that is. If a child goes missing, they will call a code Adam, and employees will block the exits, and everybody will search until the missing child is found. Um, that's something that didn't exist until Adam Walsh. So let's talk a little bit about what happened to Adam Walsh. So many of you probably know John Walsh from America's Most Wanted. Personally, I always get America's Most Wanted and Unsolved Mysteries confused. So, like, every time I think of John Walsh, I think of Unsolved Mysteries. But that's wrong. That's so wrong. It's not. It's America's Most Wanted. Unsolved Mysteries freaks me out, though. For some reason, the update always scared me. Like, I don't know why. I was like, and I know this is off topic, but it was like, for some reason, it always felt like he was going to go, update. He's right behind you, or something. Like, it was usually a good update, but it was so dramatic that it scared the crap out of me every single time. Anyways, I'm sorry. ADD. I really am going to go to a doctor and get it looked at soon. Adam Walsh went to the store with his mother. They went to Sears. He got attracted to a video game setup. There were some older kids playing Atari, and his mother figured she would only be a minute. She was going to buy a lamp, and since there are other kids there playing, this was 1981. It was much different than now. She allowed him to stay and play with the other kids. When his mother came back, she couldn't find him. What had happened is the other kids that were playing got into an argument over who was going to be playing next, and the security guard made all of them leave. He didn't know that Adam wasn't a part of the other children. And Adam didn't say anything because he was a small child and he was very shy. So he just kind of went along with the group, I guess. And the security guard ushered him out a door that they didn't come in at. So, I don't know exactly how long it took, but they did eventually find his head in a canal. Only his head. They never found Adam Walsh's body. Otis Toole, I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. He claimed that he murdered Adam Walsh, and they did finally close the case on him and call him the murderer. But there's a lot of conflicting reports with that because Otis Toole lied a lot. He was extremely slow-minded, and him and this guy that he used to run around with, they seemed to like to one-up each other on confessing to crimes, whether they committed them or not. So Otis Toole, he told the police that he had abducted Adam Walsh, killed him, cut off his head, and burned his body in a refrigerator. And then forgot about the child's head that was in his back seat for a couple of days before remembering it and pulling over and throwing it into a canal. He recanted this story later. He said that he lied, that he didn't kill Adam Walsh. But then he recanted that later. You know, on his deathbed, he told his daughter that it really was him. There's another theory that it was Jeffrey Dahmer. And I personally believe the Jeffrey Dahmer theory, because Jeffrey Dahmer was known for dismembering bodies. He was known for liking little boys. I mean, he got them slightly older normally, but there were people around him that said that he liked them young. He had been seen in the area that day, and he was living just like 20 minutes away from that mall. There were witnesses who, after Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested himself, they came and they had him on TV, his picture. There were witnesses from Adam Walsh's case who said that they had seen Dahmer at that mall, you know, the day that Adam disappeared. So while Otis Toole is officially on the records as having murdered Adam Walsh, it was probably Jeffrey Dahmer that actually did it. Now, I know that Megan Walsh has had some harsh criticisms for her father. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know her. I don't know her father. I don't know the family. And it's not right to get into these family situations if you really don't know. But what I do know is that when Adam Walsh passed away, Megan Walsh was not born yet. And so her opinions on the family life afterwards don't have very much effect on the case itself, because it was years before she was known. And today we are focusing on the case itself. So we are going to watch this movie that was made in 1983. It's called Adam. At the end of the movie, and every time they have replayed this movie on like Lifetime or NBC, they always put the posters up for the missing children. Now, this is an hour-and-a-half long movie, and my camera before has tried to cut off around the hour-and-a-half mark. So it's possible that it won't film the entire movie, and because of that, I want to show some current missing children posters before we start the movie. And then, if it actually records the whole thing, we can look at some more afterwards. But I have some loaded up because my phone will freeze if I try to start something new. So I have to get everything loaded up before I start filming. Okay, so the first one we've got here. Let me turn my face off here for real quick. Bye-bye. Okay, so this is from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Well, thank you. This is little Harmony Rodriguez. She's been missing since February 24th, 2022. That was just a couple of days ago. She's missing from Fort Worth, Texas. She was born March 30th, 2021. She is now 10 months old. She is a female. She is black. Her hair color is black and her eye color is brown. She is, that can't say 3 foot. She weighs 30 pounds. Harmony was last seen on February 24th, 2022. She may be in the company of an adult male relative. They may be traveling in a white Jeep Wrangler with a black trim and black steps, similar to the one shown right here. Harmony was last known to be wearing a yellow and brown onesie. Anyone with information should call 911 or 1-800-THE-LOST. Again, her name is Harmony Rodriguez. Now, unfortunately, you're probably not going to find her wandering around your neighborhood, but if you do, let someone know. This one is Quentin Fowler. He has been missing since Christmas of 2021. He has been missing from Wichita, Kansas. He was born May 18th, 2007. He is now 14 years old. He is a black male with brown hair and brown eyes. He is 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighs 150 pounds. Quentin was last seen on December 25th. He is biracial. Quentin is American, Indian, and black. It's Quentin Fowler. This is Caitlin Langford. She's been missing since December 14th, 2021, from Lancaster, California. She was born October 6, 2004. She is now 17 years old. She is a white girl with blonde hair, which she clearly dyes sometimes, blue eyes. She is 5 foot 9 inches and weighs 130 pounds. The child may go by the name Miles. They were last seen on December 14th, 2021. Isabella Kalua. Missing since September 12th, 2021 from Waimanalo High. I don't know where that is, I'm sorry. November 6th, 2014 is her birthday. She is now 7 years old. She's a female. She's biracial. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She is 3 foot 3. She weighs 46 pounds. Isabella was last seen on September 12th, 2021. She is biracial. Isabella is an American, Indian, and white. She was last seen wearing black leggings, a black hoodie, colorful socks, and Nike slides with pink soles. Right, that's Isabella Kalua. So, we are going to go over to the movie, which I have loaded up. There's 2 movies that have been made about this. They were made just years apart. This one is titled Adam from 1983. There's another one titled, I think it's Adam's His Song Continues, that came out a couple of years later, that tells more of the story of what John and his wife went on to do afterwards. So I might watch that one as well later on. Let's see. The story you are about to see is true. The names of the principal characters and government officials depicted have not been changed. This film is dedicated to Adam Walsh and the American Ideal. Whatever that means. Okay, hold on. I need to get it. I need to get my stuff straightened out here. Just give me 1 minute. Because I'm trying not to get too much of me in the picture, which is why I have my stuff kind of faded so that the picture can go around me. I just need to move it over a little. There. Okay. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm nitpicky about shit.
Fig. That's all, folks. Dad's the only one who can. Nobody's as strong as my dad.
Nobody.
I'm big enough to go to the park by myself.
Oh, no, Adam.
Please.
No, I mean with your mommy or your grandmother or Uncle Joe.
Clifford silenced him.
Yeah, well, you can go with me, but not by yourself, Cooter. Not yet. Okay.
Mom, when am I going to be old enough?
Why do you want to grow up so fast?
Because growing up's so great.
Joe Beth Williams was the mom in Poltergeist.
Some grown-ups wish they could be kids again.
Do you, Mom?
No, because then I wouldn't have you.
That's right. Kids can't have kids.
No?
Why can't kids have kids?
Would you want your mommy to be a little girl?
No, but when am I going to have my little sister?
Well, mention it to your father again. I'm all for it. Of course, there's no guarantee it would be a little sister.
Why not?
Ask your father.
I get to go to the toy department.
Adam, don't run ahead.
Come on.
I'm going to be pausing it a lot to talk while this is going, by the way, so just go ahead and get used to that. You know, it's so normal to see little kids running ahead like that and just, you know, I see it every day. I'm constantly worried about other people's kids that I see crossing the street before their parents. So I can't imagine how heartbreaking it would be to have them just vanish, you know, when it's such a normal day.
Mommy, can I stay here, please?
Okay, sweetie, I'll be in the lamp department right around the corner. You know where that is? Now, Adam, I want you to wait right here, just like the last time. I'll be right back.
Cute little boy they've got playing.
Hollywood, Florida, 33020. Take this to the cashier, and the installers will be there Monday. Thank you for shopping with us. Excuse me, I can't find this lamp. It's supposed to be on sale? Oh, they are, but we're sold out. Already? This morning. I'll be glad to order you one. I have to come back. Thank you.
It's been a good lamp. Well, Sears used to be popular as shit. My grandma used to take me to get my picture made there. All of this old 80s stuff looks so vintage now. It has been 40 years. Joe Beth is about to lose it. I've seen this movie before when I was a kid. They played it a lot. So I've seen it, like, but I don't remember the full movie.
Excuse me. My little boy was here. Yes? Did you see where he went? What did he look like? He's 6. He's wearing a red baseball cap, a short sleeve shirt. He was right here by the video games about 5 minutes ago. He must have wandered off. Go to customer service, they'll page him for you. Where is it? It's over there next to appliances. If you see him, would you tell him to stay put? Don't move. Don't worry, you'll find him. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pause it real quick because they're talking about paging him, but from what I've read, Sears never actually did that for them the day that Adam disappeared. They were actually very resistant to helping find him. So if they do announce it over the loudspeaker, that will be a little bit of a fabrication by the store, probably trying to cover their ass, because the mother has came out later and said that they never did any kind of a announcement over the intercom for him. She asked them to, and they refused. So, and I believe that's a big part of why Code Adam even exists. So, hopefully they're not going to betray that in this, but this was only a year after he was murdered, so there's no telling.
Is that all for you today?
Doorway line. Thank you. It looks like such a thin hallway. Sorry, I'm drinking soda.
May I
so
have
I'm
your attention,
belching.
please?
That's
Adam
why.
Walsh, your mother is waiting for you in customer service.
Okay, yeah, that's wrong.
Adam Walsh.
They didn't do
Go
that
to the
for me.
nearest salesperson so you can find your way back to your mother. Your mother is waiting for you, Adam. You should have him paged in the mall in case he went out there.
Can't you do that?
Customer service, may I help you? Yes, I can. Just a moment.
Can't you do that here?
I'm afraid we can't. There is a security desk in the mall outside the entrance. And don't worry, you'll find him. Yes.
Thank you.
May I have your attention, please? We'd like you shoppers to help us find Adam Walsh. He is 6 years old, 4 feet tall. He's wearing green shorts.
Graham, oh, thank heaven.
Short sleeve shirt.
Why are you paging Adam? Why should he be with me? I didn't even know you were here. Rebe?
His name is Adam.
Rebe? Rebe, what is it?
If I didn't know they were there, then once he gets to breakfast, discussing.
Wherever you are, find a security guard and go to him. I'm nearby, sweetie. I'm at the security desk, right here in the mall, waiting for you. So find a security guard and go to him, and he will bring you to me.
I'll call John, honey.
I can't help hearing Carol Ann's mom. She looks so much younger
Tell
here,
Ray
but
to try not to worry, Mom. I'll be right there. You will find him. Ray, I'm sorry. I gotta go. Adam's lost.
Lost? How do you mean?
I don't know. Gentlemen, sorry.
Keep me posted.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Please, can you help me find my little boy?
Excuse me. Have you seen a little boy with a red baseball hat waiting around here? No? Oh, all right, just thank you.
I've searched the whole mall and I can't find him.
Ma'am, do you want to call the police?
that dude looks annoyed. If my child was lost and the security guard was annoyed with it, I would not be okay.
Has he ever wandered off?
No, he doesn't wander off. I told him to stay right here in the toy department. He knew not to leave. It's a rule.
You did this before?
Yes.
So he knows his way around the mall?
Well, not by himself. He's only 6.
Do you have a picture with you, a snapshot, anything we can use for the time
I
being?
have one, honey. Just
His name is Adam Walsh.
Start looking.
If you have any information, please call customers.
John! I came right back. I wasn't telling
Graham,
I think he's wandered off. I knew
he's a
he
smart
wouldn't do
little
that.
boy. It'll be okay. How are you? I'm John Walsh.
Detective Jack Hoffman. Does Adam know his way home?
Yes, but he wouldn't leave without me.
Yeah, he knows his way. I taught him all the landmarks, but he's never done it.
He's around here somewhere. Help us find him.
But maybe he went home.
Well, we'll have a squad car there.
I'll go too,
Good.
so he won't be so scared. We'll find
We're going to keep looking around here. Do you have other people looking?
If the announcement hasn't done it by now, he's probably not around here anymore. If you don't find him and he's not at home, we'll need you down at the headquarters for more information.
Officer, is there any sign of Adam at all?
No, ma'am, not yet. Honey? Honey, what are you doing?
I want to leave him a note in case he comes back to the car.
Oh, that's a good idea. Headquarters is Detective Hoffman.
Adam Reed?
Yeah, you got anything on that Walsh boy?
I guess he can if he wouldn't be writing the note. Stupid question.
No, don't rip it off.
Cannot read that. This is too low quality of a film.
Not at home.
We'll find her. Let's go. Let's go to headquarters.
Why didn't anyone see him? How can a little boy just disappear by himself and nobody see that? Doesn't anybody care?
People mind their own business mostly. Mrs. Walsh, this is Lieutenant Dick Hines and Detective Jim Gitterbeck.
Somebody took out. That's what happened.
Who do you think took you?
I don't know.
Do you know of anyone who would want to take your son?
No.
Do you have any reason to think that someone would want to take a child as well?
No reason, but
Now,
Adam
don't
wouldn't
let
want-
your imagination run away with you. Let's stick to practical matters.
You don't think he was kidnapped?
All we know is that something is preventing Adam from going home or getting in touch with you. Now, if it's someone who knows you or who you know, they'll get in contact with you. If it's someone who saw a child and snatched him, they may not know how to get in touch with you.
What kind of person would
Again, let's stick to practical matters. Does Adam know his address?
Yes. Phone number?
Yeah, he does.
Does he know his area code?
No. Why?
If he were outside the 305 area, he may not know how to call you.
The Hollywood police are looking for this little boy who disappeared from the Hollywood Mall earlier today. His name is Adam Walsh. He's the only child of John and Reve Walsh of Fort Lauderdale.
Well-
He was last seen in the toy department of the Sears store watching
No,
his
this is
mother
Joe John's
play a
brother.
video game. He was wearing a red baseball cap,
Yeah,
green
thank you.
shorts,
I appreciate
and
the call.
striped
Listen, we're
shirt.
trying to keep the line
The
clear.
police think he might be lost and looking for
Thank you.
help.
I'll tell him to call.
If anyone who was at the Hollywood Mall earlier today
Somebody
has
has
never
him, I
seen
know it.
anything that might help find
He'd never leave on his own.
please call the Hollywood police.
I don't know what to do. We'll find
And now
him.
for
Oh,
local
Joe,
weather.
somebody has him. Somebody has Adam.
Find him, Mom.
When they play together, do Adam and Clifford ever talk about a place or pretend a place that Adam might go to? Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think of anything. Well, he's been gone since noon. Well, if you think of anything, Sue, please call her.
Alright, I'm gonna pause real quick. I am going to shut down my face because I'm gonna go make myself some popcorn. But I'm gonna let the movie play through because I didn't set my recorder up for a pause, so I can't just click the thing and pause it and go do my thing and come back. So I will return with popcorn later in the movie. Not that much later. It only takes a couple of minutes to pop popcorn. Takes much longer to eat it the way I eat it. But again, I'm going to leave the movie playing for you guys and I will return.
Thanks. Well, if you can't do it, let me talk to the duty officer, will you? Thanks.
Do you mind if I listen?
Sergeant, we'd like to get some help. We have a missing child here in Hollywood. His name is Adam Walsh. His description's probably on the wire. We wondered if you could get a radio alert out to your patrols. We have routine in our department too, but there's a child involved here. He could be under your jurisdiction right now. He says he's got 30 cases of his own piled up. He can't even start looking for a wire until next week.
We can't make them do it.
You don't even need wires.
We're getting the word out to all local police departments as fast as we can.
What good is that if they're just as busy as everybody around here is and they don't have time to pay attention? What about a poster?
Yes, you should do a poster.
You don't do a poster?
I don't have the personnel.
Well, I do. Just give me someplace I can work.
He was last seen in the toy department of the Sears store in the Hollywood Mall. He is 6.5 years old, 45 pounds, sandy brown hair. He was wearing a red baseball cap, green shorts, and a striped shirt. If you see a little boy who might be Adam Walsh, please call the Hollywood Police Department.
Hold a second, John. Dan, John has posted a $5,000 reward for Adam. Get the cash out of the company account. Get it to me as quick as you can. John, we'll get it over there just as fast as humanly possible. What else?
I'm going to ask for a lot of help here, Ray. My main concern right now is distance. There's no guarantee that any law enforcement agencies outside of Hollywood are going to make a big effort to find Adam. We have to catch them.
Well, we've got lots of contacts in South Florida. We'll start pulling some strings.
Good. Thanks, Ray.
Is there anywhere he would want to go? I mean, if whoever has him wants to make him happy, and they ask him, "Hey, Adam, what's your favorite place? Where would you like to go?" What would he say, Miss Walsh?
Home.
But then they say there's nobody home. Your mommy and daddy have gone. There's nobody home.
He wouldn't believe that. He knows what we're looking for.
No matter how smart kids are, people can confuse them. Adam's crying. He's making it very unpleasant for this individual, and he says, "Okay, Adam, I'll take you home. But first, if you had your choice of any place in the whole world, where would you like to go? You want to go see a big league game? Go see the Braves?"
Disney World. John was going to take him there. Or fishing. Adam loves to go fishing. Somebody must have seen something. There were so many people there. Somebody had to see something.
Would one of you come with me to put the money in a safe? Regulations.
How come?
It may be hard for you to imagine when you're in here, John. Everybody is getting the word out. Radio, television, the papers, people are talking about Adam. People are looking for Adam.
We'll find him, I'm sure of that.
If there's anything I can do, anything the company can do, just say the word.
Thanks.
How are you? How's everybody?
I'm Shane. You know me. I just let my mind take over. I don't let. I thought we'd have it back by now. I really thought we'd have it back now.
For anything, anytime. Gotta know.
You're saying you're rooting for us, huh? It's getting dark.
Hundreds of volunteers have joined in the search for 6.5-year-old Adam Walsh, who disappeared from the Hollywood Mall earlier today. There is a reward of $5,000 for any information leading to his whereabouts. There are still no clues.
Hello.
Michael? It's Aunt Jean.
Yes, Aunt Jean.
This afternoon, something terrible happened.
Pause it real quick. Since I just got back, I'm not quite sure what I missed, but I'll get caught up, I guess. Like some popcorn? It's a long movie. And popcorn is good for snacking.
Yes, I'm calling from the Hollywood, Florida Police Department. We want to be sure that you've gotten our wire on a lost child, Adam Walsh.
I'll be choking on one tunnel.
Yes, go in and check. Hold on. Cooter! It's Dad, Coot.
Sorry.
Adam! Cooter! Adam! Cooter! It's Dad!
Somebody just fall down. It's dark, but I can't see what's happening. Florida police being useless as ever. Roland's mom needs Zelda Rubenstein Switch. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be making jokes. I can't help myself.
We're gonna find him tomorrow.
Here's the thing, you see us. Just know we love him, and we're doing it. We're gonna do it. You go back.
He must be so afraid. He must be so afraid.
Before they find it, right?
I thought the FBI automatically helps any time there's a kidnapping.
Mr. Walsh, a disappearance is not limited to kidnapping. There must be a ransom demand or evidence that he's been taken out of state before we can get involved.
Then you won't help at all.
It's not a matter of won't, Mr. Walsh. If we got involved in every missing child case, we'd never be able to do any other work.
Look, the Hollywood police are doing everything they can. Hundreds of volunteers are out there looking for him. Can't you send alerts to your offices just to get the word out?
Only if we have proof that he's been kidnapped.
What else could it be? 6-year-old boys don't get on a bus to Omaha. This is not a runaway.
Mr. Walsh, we cannot become officially involved in your son's case. I hope you understand.
No, I don't understand.
Alright, so God, the very idea of somebody saying, well, if we get involved with your missing child's case, we're going to have to get involved with all of them, is so baffling to me. Possibly because I was born after this happened, and so much changed that, to me, none of this seems real. It seems so unreal to me that there was nothing before this happened to help find missing children without the, there's like a 3-day wait before they'll put a missing persons report out for people, and I know about stuff like that, but I don't know. The very idea of a cop saying, well, if we look into this, we have to look into all of them, is kind of sickening and sad and depressing. That's the world we were living in just a couple of decades ago, though. Be thankful that we have moved past it. All missing people are important. All missing children are important to someone. Except maybe me.
Mr. and Mrs. Walsh, don't be hysterical parents, okay? More controlled and conversational. The better your message will get across, okay? Okay, we're rolling. Just introduce yourselves.
We're the parents of Adam Walsh, who's been missing since yesterday noon from the Hollywood Mall. He's a very bright child, but very shy and rather introverted. He's of slim build, and we would appreciate anything. Anyone could give us any information. He's our only child. There's a possibility that he's been abducted, and that people have been telling him that they're going to take him back to his parents. That's not true.
And we want to let him know that no matter what he's being told, everyone is looking for him, and that he's not somewhere he's supposed to be. He should be here with us.
We hope that he got scared last night and he fell asleep, and he's out there somewhere right now on the street.
Look for landmarks, Adam. Look for landmarks, and you'll be able to find your way home.
Isn't this the Highland County Sheriff's Department? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hillsborough. I'd like to speak with Sheriff Walter Heinrich, please. Yeah. Sheriff Heinrich, this is Ray Millette, Hollywood, Florida. Now, I'm calling on behalf of Mr. John Walsh.
Somebody's gonna shot me in the house. What is he doing? Good.
to do that?
Oh, I'm just doing some break up the waiting.
I understand.
Tell me, do they usually find the children?
Oh, I'm not a policeman. I'm a secretary.
I know, but you work here. You've seen a lot.
They turn up. He's lost, that's all.
In 6 years, since the moment he was born, this is the first time that I don't know where my son is. I knew where he was every second of his life, whether I was with him or not. I could tell you where he was.
He'll turn up. They'll find him.
Everybody else's reaction is so blasé. And I know if they can't get dramatic for it, it's not the same for them, you know? It's still... It could just be bad acting, too.
I can't tell you how grateful we are, Senator Hawkins. Thank you. She's going to talk to the FBI.
Maybe it'll help.
The United States Senator can't get them off their butts. I don't know who can.
It's next on the list.
Volunteer patrols, that's covered. Other police departments, the office is following up. Psychics.
I'm doing that. What about other witnesses?
They can't find a soul. How could that be, Reve? Not one person noticed. Doesn't anybody see? Doesn't anybody look out for children in trouble?
Any word? The extra posters will be ready tonight, and I'll get them to Georgia and Alabama. Oh, by the way, the printer wouldn't take the check.
It's covered. I transferred everything
No,
I
no,
saved.
John. He won't take the money. Said he's got kids, too.
Good man.
Let's go home. Can't do any more here tonight. Feels as if we've been away a lifetime.
Where's Adam's light on?
Make the house bright. You're welcoming.
Good. He'll be home. He'll be home soon.
Mommy! Daddy! I'm sorry if I made you worry.
Blaming. She must have heard his voice so many times through the years, just waiting for him to come home. Poor woman. I mean, I know eventually we move on, but I don't see how. I can't even have kids, and I couldn't imagine.
I think we should get some sleep.
We got her tape.
A blue van near the store exit, that's all the kid remembers seeing.
Boy, who looked like Adam, who looked like he was being forced to get in.
Our witness can't even remember the license. Doesn't even know if it was Florida.
So all we have to do is find a blue van somewhere in the United States. It could be anywhere. We don't know anything yet.
We're checking the FBI computer for stolen blue vans.
FBI computer?
Yes.
The FBI can locate your stolen truck, but not your stolen child.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
I got my head on wrong or what? The FBI will go after stolen cars in this country, but they won't search for my son.
Yes.
I have it. Right. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you very much. We'll call you back. Said they'd take us day after tomorrow. You heard. I said I'd call back.
Well, good. Tell him you'll come. It's the Harmon show, John. People all over the country will see his picture.
Well, they want us both, you know.
What if Adam comes home and we're both in New York?
Honey, I know how you hate doing this kind of thing, but I'd rather not be alone right now. Would you come with me?
All right. Well, God, Levine.
I mean, Grandma's there, isn't she? So if Adam comes home,
Mr. Walsh? Mrs.
obviously.
Walsh? Hi, I'm Kristen Brown with Child Find.
Sorry. You know, obviously, now knowing what we know, that Adam was not going to come home, you know, but, you know, from her viewpoint of, but what if Adam comes home? Well, Grandma was right there in the kitchen. Now, being fair, Grandma didn't seem too attentive because they were clearly talking over breakfast where they were going, but later she said she didn't know they were going to be there, so maybe they didn't want to leave Grandma alone, too, but I don't know. It just, that seemed like it might have been a little bit of a cop-out to keep from going because she didn't want to leave his area. You know what I mean? His room, the place where he stayed, the place where she remembered him. She probably had a bit of trouble. But it would have been hard on John to be forced to do all of this publicity stuff and like new stuff by himself because he wasn't this guy before, was he? I don't know. I know it became, you know, second nature to him later because of what happened to Adam. But in the beginning, it must have been terrified to be in front of these cameras, just, you know, just in front of the cameras. Especially in the 80s when it was still kind of a big deal to be on TV. Even if you were just doing a news interview thing. You know, everybody, look, you're on TV.
We're going to be on the show together tomorrow morning. I asked Jimmy Pepys to join us for dinner. You should meet.
We need your help. It's been over 2 years since Aitan vanished, and the media doesn't pay much attention to us anymore.
I'm very sorry, but you know, we're still trying to find our son.
I know. I'm not asking for your help in finding Aitan. And I hope and pray that you find Adam and that he's fine. But we need your voice.
Sorry. Did she just say we need your help finding Aitan? Because is this Aitan Patz was another little boy who went missing around this same time. So this might be Aitan Patz's parents that they are speaking to. And I don't believe he was ever found, unfortunately.
Right now, you're in the spotlight, and you're a father. Up until now, it's just been mothers of missing children. A father has to speak.
Over 1.5 million children are reported missing every year, and for 50,000, we have no clues as to where they are. They simply disappear.
50,000, really?
And at first, there's a big flurry of attention, and then a long wait, possibly a lifetime. Right now, we need your voice to help. for your Adam and for all the other children.
We want to, but it's hard to think about all the other children when your own child is missing.
We're living through this nightmare, and we're the ones who have to make people care.
We thought you were going to offer to help us.
Be our voice, Mr. Walsh.
Well, as defenseless as they must feel with all that, everybody telling them that the cars are more important than their kids, I can understand why they went out to start helping people.
Mrs. Jones, real.
This is Detective Givens in Hollywood, Mr. Walsh.
Just a minute. Hello, yeah.
This is not positive. You understand? This is not positive.
I understand.
The remains of a young boy have been found in a canal in Vero Beach. Now, the Indian River Sheriff's Department needs to make a positive identification. I do not recommend that you come down here now, nor that you send any of your family members to make a visual identification. Can you provide dental records for Adam?
Somebody will get him to you.
Jobeth feels a disturbance. That poor woman.
He has sandy brown hair, medium build, about 4 foot tall, and about 47 pounds. He's a very introverted, sheltered, but very bright little boy.
John, this has been a long night, particularly. It's been a long 2 weeks, God knows. What happened last night?
Well, among the many possible sightings and reported clues on Adam, they have found the remains of a young person in Florida, which at this time they're trying to identify, whether it is Adam or not. At this time, they feel there is a good possibility that it is not Adam. Therefore, they felt that we should come on and carry the word of Adam to the public, because there's a good likelihood that he's still out there with his abductors.
What kind of help have you had in the last couple of weeks?
Overwhelming community support. This was the largest search in the history of South Florida for a little boy in the Hollywood area. But the lack of organized efforts on the part of state and federal governments to assist parents in locating their children after they leave the immediate area is just totally unbelievable in a country of our size.
We've got a long way to go. And again, this picture, if we can put it back, of Adam Walsh, whose parents are with us, and we thank them for joining us, and we hope that and pray that he'll be back with them.
You don't think we should try calling?
He said he'd call as soon as they made a positive identification.
But they asked for his dental records because they only found his head.
Please. Whatever happens, I love you. We go on. Whatever happens, we survive.
Please, John. I might be alright. It might be Adam.
Hello? Yes? Yes, I heard. Yes, I understand.
Oh, God.
Yes, she's here.
Can you imagine asking a father if he understands that we only found your child's head? My God.
John, please tell me. John, please.
No, please. Some animal, something, some non-human thing. They found our babies.
fuck shit up. It won't help but do it. I think he has genuinely hurt himself. You see the bruise here? Is that makeup or has he genuinely knocked himself? He was into that.
That was before. Really be dead. I never thought you could really be dead.
Can go on.
Jesus, Maranatha, come pray with us. Amen, hallelujah, come stay with us.
3 weeks ago, I received a call. My little cousin Adam had disappeared. His grandmother asked me to pray, and I did. Many thousands of people prayed for this little boy who knew him only from a picture and the love of his family. Did all these prayers go unanswered? Why did this terrible tragedy take place? Answers defy human understanding. But I believe that Adam understands, and that he himself proved to be the comfort for his family. So long for now, Cooter. We'll see you again. Promise.
They calling him Scooter or Cooter?
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred,
And no judgment on the family nickname, just asking.
where there is injury of heart and Lord, and where there's found true faith in you.
These children sound beautiful.
Make me a channel of your peace. Where there is barren life, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness.
So that flashed by quickly, but it was a scroll that said, if his song is to continue, we must remain singing, I think, or something to that effect. Which is probably why the next movie is called His Song Continues. Good job, kids. Y'all are like 60 now, but good job.
Really fixed the place up since you were here.
we were kids, John and I used to make believe we were Mohawk Indians. Remember when your dad snuck up and surprised us?
Oh, yes. Hands up, Mohawk Brave.
Thank you so much for letting us come. We just couldn't stay in Florida. I'm glad you came.
The guest room is yours, and we're here if you need us.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Stay in Ithaca as long as you like.
Adam would have loved this.
Why did I think I would feel him less than I do back home? I hear him everywhere. See him everywhere.
Look at that, Adam. Look at him because he'll just do it to another kid. I want to know. I want to see him caught, punished, executed, killed. I want revenge.
If it was Jeffrey
I want
Dahmer, he
revenge.
was
I want
killed.
I want revenge. I love you too, Rebecca. I do. I love you.
I think he was killed by somebody else in prison.
The strongest thing we have in common now is grief. The love is not is oh, honey.
Sorry, I know I'm gross when I eat popcorn. It gets all stuck in my teeth. So I'm going to turn my face off for a little bit. And I'll turn it back on. But again, if it was Jeffrey Dahmer, at least John got what he wanted. The man did die horribly. I get the big serial killers mixed up, but I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Dahmer was the one who was killed by his cellmate in prison. I'm not positive. And that's who most people probably... Well, that's who I believe got him, because Otis Toole, who did confess to it, he lied about a lot of things, and so he's hard to believe. And with Jeffrey Dahmer being in that area and being known for dismembering and being into boys, there is very few doubts in my mind that this little boy was taken by Jeffrey Dahmer. But, okay. Face off. We're at hour and 8 minutes in. About 20 minutes, this phone might stop recording, and it might not. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
Sorry. I used to believe in everything. God, country, family. The dream. Had it. American dream. Nobody was stronger. Adam Walsh is dead. Except the freak that killed him. And society let him do it. Do you really think you could have done something? No, I don't. I just thought if your child got lost, the government would do something about it, but the government doesn't have to do anything about it, so they don't.
I've never seen anybody chop wood that way.
This was a model kid. Never even let him go to the park by himself. He never disobeyed. Never. I taught him to listen to adults, to respect his elders, to be a little gentleman. That's how we were raised, John. You know, I never taught him how to scream. He might be alive today. Scream. children we might have had. He might also have killed... I hope he didn't kill our marriage.
I try to stop myself from looking back. To stop reliving that last day. Those last few minutes with him. I know I should look ahead. But I just can't. Maybe it's too soon. It just hurts so much to imagine a whole life without Adam. I'd rather look back because that's where he is.
What about John?
I hope we can get through this.
They both seem to have the same goal, marriage-wise. They hope that they can make it work together. That's a good
I should
sign.
go out and try to look for John.
He's back.
And I believe it did work out for them.
We haven't talked for days. Every time we try to talk, we break down. What's going to happen to us? If we can't lean on each other, who can we lean on? We have nobody else. Nobody knows what we feel. We can't tell them. It's like a color you've never seen before. Only you know, John. I can't feel anything anymore. I'm numb. Tears come, I don't know where from. Crying is like breathing to me now.
I understand
Maybe we
that.
should leave the country.
Maybe.
Going home didn't help. Coming here didn't help. Maybe we should leave the country.
Maybe. Where could we go?
I don't know. Ireland. Just give it all up and go to Ireland. Oh, God, there's nowhere. Where can we go? There's nowhere. There's nowhere.
John, just look at me, please. We can't isolate each other. We've heard again and again how marriages can't survive this kind of thing.
It will, I promise.
Not if we can't even face each other without breaking down. Please, let's just look at each other.
I can't. Because I'm ashamed. I'm just so ashamed. When I should have helped, I couldn't. I failed him.
You didn't. You raised your son to be a fine man, and he would have been a fine man, just like you are. I was so proud of Adam, and I was so proud of you because of him.
But I wasn't there when he needed me.
You, of all people, didn't fail him.
I want him back. I want to go into his room at night and kneel down next to his bed, listen to him breathe. When he fell down, I could pick him up. I can always make it better, but I can't make it better anymore.
Please, let's help each other.
I can't help you any more than I can help him. Adam.
If that's true, then we have nothing left. Not Adam, not each other. There'll never be a minute in my life when I won't miss Adam, when I won't reach out to hold him. To hold him. But right now, I need you. I need us together, and so do you. We didn't fail, Adam.
You didn't. I didn't. But we can feel each other.
Pause for just a second. You know, grief, especially in the very early days, it can put you in this bubble where you truly can't feel what the other people are feeling because you're so wrapped in your own feelings. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but I feel like that's what John is going through now. He has so much guilt over not being able to find his son that, and he knows that his wife is also suffering for the same reason, but he is so inside his own bubble that he can't feel her, which is a very sad place to be. It seems like she's bubbling too, but she's trying to encompass him in her bubble, and he's seemingly not taking it. I'm sorry if I'm confusing everybody with bubbles. I'm not meaning to. This was a very sad scene, and I'm trying to dissect it. There's different bubbles too. It's not always a bubble of guilt and pain. Sometimes it's a bubble of denial. Sometimes it's a bubble of anger. And sometimes that bubble gets colored in and you can't see through it anymore. All you can see is the anger. All you can see is the pain. That's a hard bubble to break.
Garage. Something I think you should say.
Oh, this is where he's... Sorry, pausing. This is where they're starting the hotline to help find the missing children. He started it out of his garage. Like, that's how small it was when he first began. He started out of their garage.
I think... Come see. John, take a look in the garage.
This is amazing.
You said there was a lot of mail. You didn't say there was a garage full. There's over 20,000 letters here. You know, we didn't want to bother you, so we kept it in some kind of order.
Just all missing children?
There's a check here.
Families of
Great
them.
effort to find your little boy touched us deeply, and we wanted to make some donation in his memory, but we did not know where. So please use this in any way you think right.
My heart goes out to you and my prayers too.
I wish with all my heart I could say or do something to take your heartaches away.
Though I hesitated touching your grief, I could not hold back from reaching out to you.
Words a little comfort to you now, but please know that our thoughts and our prayers have been and still are with you. Hold on to your courage and your faith. I was shocked and deeply saddened to learn of your tragedy. Words are inadequate to express my sorrow to you and Reve.
I thought this letter might comfort you both just a little. I feel for what you've been through and are going to go through.
Hi, tomorrow's a work day. Shouldn't we get some rest?
You go on. I like to sort through the letters.
People back then were so kind.
I'll go and pack.
Thanks.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to turn my face back on, but my stupid fat fingers got in the way of my plans. It's okay. We can go right back to it. It's right there. really read all of those letters? You couldn't in one night, even if you had a whole room full of people. There were so many letters. It's so sweet how they were supportive too. Oh God, is that his baby's crib? His crib? I wasn't expecting there to be a whole bunch of support letters. I thought that this is where they were starting the missing children things. Because they started near the garage. Oh, it's a babe. Is it a crib or a baby gate?
Well, one day soon we'll have a little brother or sister, and we'll give it to her.
Or him?
Oh, you like that? Yes.
Goosebumps.
He was just born.
Big that. Yeah, she gets big.
They? Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah. 6 short years. And so much to remember.
He had some wonderful years. You and John were wonderful parents.
6 short years.
Come on in, honey.
I'm gonna carry in one of these boxes. I'd like to there's some letters. Go ahead,
You know, that's what makes life such a fucking crapshoot. When you have a baby, you don't know how long that kid's going to last. You automatically assume you're going to see that child grow into adulthood and have their own children and have their own grandchildren. But so very often it doesn't happen, and when that dream is shattered, it's gone, you know. The illusion of what life is. You have a baby, the baby grows up, the baby has a baby, life continues. You never think you have a baby and that baby gets beheaded at 6 years old. You know, you never expect that train to hit you. I cannot imagine the strength that these parents went through. The strength that they still hold, because John is still very active in trying to help missing children.
Morning.
Is he running back to all of them?
Thanks.
He couldn't. Not humanly possible with that many.
What are you doing?
Well, John said to forward these. This pile goes to child find. This pile goes to the police department.
But these came to us.
Well, John said to separate them and send them along.
Where is he?
It's in the garage.
John, I don't want you to send these letters.
Honey, we have no way of dealing with all this. It's more
Should we
coming
do the same thing to all these people that was done to us? Should we pass them along, mind our own business?
I can't handle
These
it.
letters came to us.
I can't handle it. I just look at a couple and my throat aches. My hands are
I
trembling.
must have read 100 letters last night, and at first, every one of them made me cry, but then I stopped crying. I actually stopped crying. One woman wrote that they spent every cent they had on private detectives trying to find their daughter, just like us. Their entire life savings, and they still don't know whether their daughter is alive or
What
dead.
can we do about all that, about all this?
I don't know. Maybe, I've been thinking, maybe some kind of place, some kind of office.
I love you. Fact is, we're completely broke.
Well, you know I'll co-sign a loan for you. But I'd rather you take some money out of the company in advance.
You've been carrying me for over 2 months, and I'm way behind in everything we've been doing.
Just plow into the work. Your own good. Get your mind on something else. I think we should go after a big convention for the grand opening. Think we can get to work on that tomorrow?
Thursday, first thing. I go to Detroit tomorrow. There's a talk show about missing children. They want me to tell what happened again.
Well, I think work would be a lot better for you, but if you feel you want to, go ahead.
Work would be better, of course.
We're just starting up, so we're not really ready to help you in that way, but I would suggest you get in touch with Child Fund. Okay, I'll be right with you. Yes, Child Fund is essentially a toll-free number for any child needing help getting back to its parents, but it's also for anyone with any information about missing children. I'm sorry again. Can I hold, please? Thank you. Adam Walsh Outreach Center.
Look, I've always appreciated Senator Hawkins' concern. I really have, and I'd really like to help.
Sorry.
Just call me Jay. Being a Senate investigator sounds more impressive than it is, so call me Jay.
Okay, Jay, what does the senator need to get her bill passed anyway?
Well, there are actually two bills in Congress. Senator Hawkins' bill in the Senate and Congressman Simon's bill in the House.
Well, what's the problem? Who could be against that?
Justice Department's against it, FBI's against it, and they're trying to turn congressmen and senators against it. See, they want to keep missing children a strictly local police matter. We need your testimony for the Senate subcommittee. Will you do it?
I'm not a politician.
Neither was I.
What would I say?
Just tell your story.
Look, we're just trying to get back to the business of normal living here, you know?
I appreciate that, Mr. Walsh. Really, I do. But we need to make every person in this country aware that over 1 million children disappear every year. We need to make the federal government do something to help find them. We need you to tell the story of what happened when Adam disappeared, how the FBI refused to help.
I'll let you know.
It'd be good if Mrs. Walsh could be there, too.
I'll let you know.
You'll be on a panel with Julie Pates and Mrs. Camille Bell of Atlanta, whose son was also murdered.
Look, I have to take all this stuff to the center. Can I drop you somewhere?
Yeah, the airport.
Good.
We'll talk more on the way.
I was afraid of that.
So it seems like
This
John was...
tape was found in a mini warehouse, along with 5 outfits of little boys' clothing. None of them Adam's. Unbelievably, he recorded the boys while he tortured and abused them. There are about 7, maybe only 6. They're difficult to identify. What they're going through is indescribable. I understand. If one of the boys is Adam, we've got his killer.
What I was going to say was, John seems more resistant to getting into this business than I thought he was. I thought he was the one that was gung-ho about the Save the Children. And obviously that became his thing, but here it seems like it's much more the mothers. And they're kind of pressuring him because he's the man, and that makes him the face, the strength. The white middle-aged man that people will listen to. And right now he's listening to tapes of little boys being tortured. Or possibly just the parents talking about it, I'm not sure. No, they were talking about the tapes, and it was 6, possibly 7 little boys. Oh, man.
realized that very few families in the United States could get the support financially or emotionally that we did. Many of my business associates and close friends have pooled their resources in the belief that collectively we could get Adam back. Since then, we've heard from hundreds of families with missing children and murdered children, and we realized that the majority of them never get that kind of support. After meeting with some of the mothers of missing children, with the horror of Adam's death still in the backs of our minds, we can never forget the looks on their faces as...
What's a desk right here like yours?
Oh, yes, sir.
And the telephone.
Very good.
I forgot to bring pictures.
Oh, that's no problem. You can borrow mine. It's on your own.
Can Kathy be my secretary?
Oh, I don't know. She's pretty busy.
I know if we had a little baby, we could play office and the baby could be my secretary if it's a girl.
Oh, careful, Adam. Sounds like a dangerous sexist remark to me. Sorry.
It's okay. You can never forget the looks on their faces.
As they still search for their children, determined that no matter what the cost, they would find them. In most cases, this is a hopeless and lost cause.
There were over 3,000 cases of child abuse in this county last year.
This country can launch a space shuttle, but does not have a
He's been put in the hospital already once.
or a nationwide search system.
He's very young and he's very frightened, so he'll say anything. But I think it's a very dangerous situation.
Although our hearts are broken, we are bound and determined that our story will be heard. On behalf of the other little children who are out there this very moment, frightened, terrified, and wondering when mommy or daddy or someone is going to help them. The children are the victims. This country is littered with mutilated, decapitated, raped, strangled children, and for the FBI or local authorities to arbitrarily decide whether they will enter a case or not is ludicrous, because the child is at risk. The child is the victim. Right now, at this very moment, there are little children out there in the hands of whatever, crying, pleading, and are begging that mommy and daddy or Mr. Policeman or someone come to their aid or look for them to save them. We are realists. And we are not asking for a national police force to search for every missing child, just asking for a centralized system. And that the FBI assist whenever possible when the sighting of a child is out of state and the local police can't follow up that lead. Shouldn't be too much to ask for a great society.
I'm just looking to see how much longer there is. I genuinely have no idea if this is still recording because we're over the hour-and-a-half limit. So, y'all may or may not even be seeing this. This is a very sad movie. It's a very sad story, you know. And his parents and his siblings are alive, so my deepest condolences to everybody in that family that is still alive. I hope that you don't take any offense by any of the snide comments that I've made during this video, like about the bad acting and stuff, because it's just kind of how I am. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. This is a very, very sad story, and I would hate to have Megan in my comments telling me that I disrespected her brother, because I'm not trying to. And I'm not trying to disrespect Megan either. She has a lot of things to say about who her father is now. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that have things to say about her, so you have to look at both sides. when evaluating who to listen to. Again, that's neither here nor there. I'm trying just to focus on Adam's case. But I have seen Megan in a whole lot of videos that talk about Adam, and so I'm kind of expecting to see her. Hello, if you're there. Please don't hate me like everybody else does. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I have a lot of my own issues, and people think I'm crazy. So, I get it.
As if his toys are still waiting for him. But I don't want to have a child in Adam's shadow. I'm not brave enough for that.
They did always say that even though they had 2 more children, neither of them could ever replace Adam. Which makes me feel like they probably didn't treat him the same that they treated
What
the
in the
other
world are
children.
you doing?
I don't know. Moving plants.
Well, you're rushed. Save your strength for the Donahue show. It's important.
Donahue!
You're tired too.
Will you stop worrying about Joe and me? The Walshes are tough. Listen, last night I came across a pair of cufflinks of your dad's. Why don't you wear them on the show? They're same initials, John Edward Walsh. You're as strong as he was.
Thanks, Graham.
His initials were
And it's
Drew.
wonderful. Now go on, get in there. Go on.
Okay.
Graham said to say she's worried.
Yeah, I know. All this traveling around the country is going to take its toll. Clean that, would you?
Yeah, well, that too. But right now she's worried you get distracted and burn the burger.
My entire history is cheap barbecue for this clan. I've never burned a burger.
Are you going to stay away overnight?
Oh, no, we're coming right back. Jose doesn't want to be away from the outreach center a minute longer than she has to.
You don't think the Donahue show's going to work?
I don't know. Something has to get the Missing Children's Act going again.
Now, the law, as I understand it, does not allow the FBI
Oh,
in
that
this
is
unless they have
Donahue.
interstate evidence that your child was taken to another state. Is that right?
No.
Sorry. I had to cut in again because of the fucking Simpsons. Every single time I hear of Donahue or Geraldo or Oprah or any of these like TV talk show hosts from the 80s and 90s, I hear Homer Simpson in my head. There was nothing in Al Capone's vault, but it wasn't Geraldo's fault. And nobody understands the reference. They took the camera crew into Geraldo took the camera crew into Al Capone's vault and found nothing. Which is what the joke was, but now nobody knows about it because it was like a 10-minute thing that they just kind of like never aired again. Whoops, we thought there was going to be stuff in here, but it's empty. It's not my fault. Anyways, I'm sorry. Back to Donahue.
The federal kidnapping statute states that the FBI can enter the case of an apparent kidnapping if there is proof of a ransom note or proof of transport across a state line or otherwise.
So you're shaking the FBI by the lapels and saying, this is a kidnapping. You don't have to be a genius to conclude that.
Absolutely. And I turned up a case of a horse and foal to Secretariat named Fran Ferlouche that was missing. There was no ransom note. There was no evidence of transport across a state line. The FBI agent said, we entered the case because of the worth of the horse. We arbitrarily decided to do it. The horse was worth $500,000. I said, tell me what price you can put on a child. What happened to Adam was a tragedy. But unless the people in this room write their congressman, this bill is doing very poorly in the House of Representatives. I do not know why. This bill transgresses party lines. Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. It's a bill for the children. But unless the people here write the people in Congress that they elected to protect your children and get this bill passed, Reve and I are considering maybe not having any more children because this country really isn't a safe place to raise children.
Now listen, your local police will tell you that they're doing everything they can. You go back there and make sure that they're doing everything you think they should, and if you have to, be rude. It's your child. Okay. Yes, you're welcome.
Over 40,000 letters and calls to Congress after the Donahue show. Jay Howell just told me. Can you imagine that?
Wonderful.
One television show, over 40,000.
Adam Walsh Outreach Center. Yes. You mean he's been missing for over 2 hours? Did you call the police? No, you must call the police immediately. No, hang up right now and call them. Yes. Goodbye. That's the second time today that some mother has called here before calling the police.
Your wife died, you know.
I don't think I can do it, John. You just have to go over it and over it. And I don't have the resources to help all the parents. This is too important. I can't let this get screwed up.
Well, you can't let it get out of proportion either.
It's not out of proportion. It's 1.5 million children.
You're right.
That's so much pressure on one woman. There's so much pressure on one
Congressman
woman.
Shaw, John Walsh. Glad I can talk to you before the hearing. Glad you can be here. Look, they're knocking our brains out, sir, and decided to pass a meaningful bill.
We're working pretty hard in the House, too, Mr.
Not hard enough.
Look, I'm quite aware that you find the House bill inadequate. Florida papers have been quoting it for weeks.
Not inadequate. God bless you. Mr. Walsh, our bill doesn't even guarantee that missing children will be listed in the FBI computer. You're my congressman, Mr. Shaw. Where do you stand?
I haven't decided yet, but that computer is designed to take that much
That's not
information.
true, Ken. That's not what I'm told. Somebody's been giving you the wrong facts.
Mr. Walsh,
About to pass a bill that has no meaning.
the Justice Department doesn't care about children.
Give us your support.
No politician cares about children. Not really. That's why there's so many pages. Not going there.
Subcommittee will come back to order.
Free the babies.
The subcommittee will please come back to order. Our next witnesses will be the Honorable Clay Shaw, Jr., our distinguished colleague from the state of Florida, John Walsh and Reve Walsh, representing the Adam Walsh Outreach Center for Missing Children. Mr. Walsh.
Mr. Edwards, I'm not going to read my long prepared statement in the interest of time, but I would like to give a brief synopsis of what happened to us and then address some questions from members of this subcommittee, in particular questions from Mr. Washington and Mrs. Schroeder, who are no longer present, but I know you represent them. I just don't believe it.
Barely listen.
Washington and Schroeder walked out. Edwards was on the phone half the time. Nobody was even listening.
They heard you. They didn't want to, but they heard you. You really ripped them. I'm telling you, they're all back there right now asking, who was that guy? You were great. You were great.
Trying to intimidate me, aren't they? They think they can get me to stop by not listening to me.
No, you can't stop. It's working already.
Whatever you said to Clay Shaw must have worked. He seems to be on our side now.
What about the others?
We can't change everybody's mind at once.
It's not going to be easy, but we're going to win.
I'm not asking for it to be easy. They weren't even listening to me. If this is an example of our government at work, I think we need another government. Who the hell do they think they are? No, now while over 1 million children still need help, I'm not going to shut up.
You're right.
That's the thing, though. You can
Since
scream
the
and scream,
grand
but
opening of the hotel is a little less than a year away, we thought
They're
your
not
union
listening.
might like to consider. Yeah.
It's Malone. He sounds teed off.
Why?
He says it's the third time he's called.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, Bill. It's John. Yeah, I know it's a big group and they spend an awful lot of money, Bill, but I've been very busy and, well, I can only say I'm sorry that's how you feel. But I wish I could have been here, but...
is this his boss? Is he getting fired?
Right. Kathy, cancel the Malone party. Yes.
If he just got fired, I guess finding children is his job now. Oh Lord.
Honey, I'm sorry to wake you.
What's...
I'm sorry.
Oh. You and me.
Yes.
Guess they both
That's
changed their
marvelous,
minds.
John. That's terrific. How's Reve?
Oh, fine. She's just fine.
You two are phenomenal. Of course, you're going to have to cut down on your crusading when the baby arrives.
Look, I know I've been a burden on this partnership, and
Wasn't thinking about that.
yeah, but it's true. I haven't been meeting my responsibilities lately to anybody. Not to my family, not to my friends, not to my job. I'll tell you the truth, Ray. I don't really believe this country's ever going to be a safe place in which to raise children. I really don't. So you've got a full-time partner back, okay?
Okay. We'll talk about this later.
Sorry, Cooter.
They are calling
Trying
him
to say, honey,
Cooter.
is
That's such a
I miss him so
Jacksonville
much.
nickname.
So much. You know, I don't really know if I can trust myself. I mean, I'm liable to drive another kid crazy with Adam this, Adam that.
Yes, it could.
But we can't be overprotective. I mean, you know, I don't want to stifle the kid. That would be horrible.
We have to try not to.
We couldn't be too lenient either, though. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say is that,
You're scared.
yeah, I'm scared.
Nope.
I'm really scared.
I am too.
Maybe we should just get out of here, go someplace. Just us. I think Graham, Joe, if he wants to, the tribe, you know?
Ireland?
I don't know.
When you're scared, you're scared anywhere you go.
Well, I could start looking into it anyway. At least I can look for a place that'd be safe for the baby. We have time.
Not much.
With this contraction, we're going to do slow chest breathing. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Slowly. Dads, continue your effleurage. Light massage on the abdomen. Slow chest breathing.
Is that good?
John?
What?
I'm having contractions.
What do you mean?
I've been timing. I'm having contractions.
Why didn't you tell me?
What are you doing, Mrs.
Not
Walsh?
for another month.
It's probably a Braxton Hicks contraction. Just false alarm.
It's not a false alarm. This is the real thing.
Sure.
You really think?
I've been through this before. I know.
It's just the excitement, the anticipation.
No, John, I'm in labor now.
Can't believe you. I believe it.
As a woman who can't have children, I have no idea what this would be like. Unfortunately, I never will.
Hi, champ.
Rebecca had been in labor. The baby's due for a month.
She'll be all right. There's nothing to worry about. Even the doctor says so.
8 months isn't too bad.
Do you want to come in and make sure?
No. When you were born, Dad said, I'll be waiting right out there, champ, giving you strength and love. So go on, honey. I'll be waiting right out here.
I turned it down because I anticipated screaming. If y'all were wondering.
Sure, honey, but don't forget your breathing.
I can't remember how to breathe.
I turned down a little bit more.
Your breathing.
Not that much.
Try to push, Rebecca. Almost. Okay?
Oh, baby mama, you got this.
Can I push? Can I push? I want to push.
This is
In a second.
Megan. Was she the first after Adam? I'm not sure. I didn't look into it that much.
It's all you.
My mom did that in a car. Just FYI. Little baby.
She's adorable.
I don't believe it. Welcome to the family, kiddo. Say hello to Graham.
Lord, how I missed being Graham. So really.
She's a month premature, so they had to give her a lot of special care, but she's fine. Just fine.
Makes you believe in everything good.
Wow. I can't believe the House of Representatives passed the bill of theirs.
They sure pushed it through.
It's useless.
Well, at least the Senate's going to pass our bill with a wide margin.
Then what?
We go to conference.
What for? Don Edwards says there's going to be no compromise. It'll be the House bill or no bill at all.
Well, we have to start putting some pressure on them.
What kind of pressure could we put on them that's going to outweigh what the Justice Department's going to do?
John, I know you haven't been accepting any speaking engagements.
No, Jay.
This could do it for us, John.
I'm not going back to Washington. I can stick to my stomach just thinking about that place. You can tolerate those people. I can't.
Will you at least listen to me?
No. No, Jay.
John?
No. Some advice that I learned from the Olsen twins through their sister was something they taught her was no is a complete sentence. There doesn't have to be anything afterwards. Megan. Yep, there's Megan. Glad you made it into the movie, Megan.
I'm scared stiff.
My soda bottle.
I know what you mean.
Sorry.
But look how beautiful she is. She's more than beautiful. She's a wonder. I got you.
I'm so glad we have her.
Oh.
I'm so glad we have her.
Oh, here you are. Brand new human being. We have the power to create a child. Can we create a world a child can live in?
Much easier to create the child than it is to control the rest of the
Girl, I
world.
hope you grow up to believe the world is good. I hope we don't pass on despair and grief. We gave you life. God help us give you faith. You wanted a baby sister so much. Yes. Hello?
John, this is Dina Gross from the Sun Tattler.
We've just finished a story on the Missing Children's Act the House and Senate have passed. There's something I want you to know before you read about it in the paper.
Sure, go ahead.
Well, it's a quote from one of those ever-anonymous spokesmen at the Justice Department. I'll just read it right from the story.
But the rift between the Justice Department and the Senate version widened this week as a department spokesman said opposition would continue and added that
couple down in Florida can go pound salt.
Huh.
Do you want to give me a quote in response?
You can quote me on that.
No. Just let that statement speak for itself. Thanks, Tina. She's beautiful, Adam, really beautiful. She has a smile just like yours. I told her you wanted her to be your secretary, but I think she has other plans. Wish you could have been there. I wish I had known about what can happen to kids. I would have done something about it.
Too big a job for one man. There's so much evil out there.
Am I still your hero, Adam?
A hero to a whole lot of other people.
Okay. Then I'll go tell them to pound salt. And I'll tell them about the children. Let's do it for all the children. I'll tell them that our greatest national resource, the children, literally have no rights. They have no power. They have no platform. They have no lobby. They have no money. And